Hello, I'm Kearsey Rothlander. I've been a Prime Inc. driver since 2015, a PSD instructor, a TNT trainer. I represented the Prime Inc. drivers on the driver advisory board, bringing your grievances and concerns to upper management. I also represented Prime Inc. on the NBC Today Show, on the Marketplace Podcast, on National Public Radio, and most recently, I was the recipient of the Radiant Award at the Highway Diamonds Gala, which was an award for being an excellent role model and inspiration to female drivers here at Prime Inc. With all that said, I have been extremely outspoken about these cameras. I have a certain feeling about them, let's put it that way. When I was vocal, the director of safety here at Prime Inc., who is Dennis Davis, gave me a call, and we had a 2-hour-long conversation where I addressed a lot of the concerns that me and a lot of the other drivers had. He listened, he wanted feedback. He asked me to be one of the 300 test cases. I originally said no, but then I realized it would be a really good opportunity to be able to film this, film the actual camera, the interactions I have with the camera, how the camera displays, and be able to show it all to you. In this video, I will be showing you the privacy settings, the light indicators to let you know when the cameras are recording. I am going to show you actually footage from my GoPro with the full knowledge of Dennis Davis and Brianne Medora, the Assistant Director for Information Technology here at Prime Inc. I absolutely give them permission to use any or all of this video for information purposes to assist the other drivers in knowing exactly what these cameras do and how they react. The technology is changing as Prime is adapting the technology. So something that 6 months ago may have triggered this camera no longer is triggering this camera. Therefore, information sometimes seems conflicting. So I thought one of the best things to do was to make this video. In this video, I'm going to show you the privacy indicators. This way you can know exactly when the camera in the inward facing mode is going to be filming you. I am going to show you how it interacts with me while I'm driving. I will show you videos from my own GoPro. This is not the Netrodyne system, my own GoPro, to show you how I stretch, how I drink. I think I have a toy for the cat that hangs from my ceiling, and it does not interfere with the camera at all. So first thing to know, when it comes to privacy, everyone is really concerned. I'm concerned also. There are 2 indicator lights on these cameras. The left is the outward camera that's green almost all the time. I'm sitting here parked and it's green right now. Until you are parked for 10 hours, that will stay green. After you are parked for 10 hours, that light will go off. Okay, so the truck has been stopped for 10 hours. So both lights are off, meaning there is no inward, nor is there any outward recording at this moment. But I just opened the door and slammed it, and now the camera is starting to wake up from just the force of me opening the door and slamming it. Okay, so, but you can see again, now the green light is on, meaning the outward camera, and the red light is on, meaning the inward camera is not recording. And if you can see, there's my cat that was just walking all in front of the camera and everything. And it's not alarming or anything. I'm parked. I'm not moving anything. Look. That would be in the event of somebody hitting you. It feels some kind of G-force rocking. So if you slam the door or if you're climbing into the truck, just that shaking, the camera's going to assume that somebody hit you and it's going to turn on and record. Once you park and you turn the key off, the inward facing camera remains green, meaning it's on, until 3 minutes passed. I timed this 4 times. You will always know when the inward facing camera is on and when it is off due to the red light. So it's 3:50, 3:52. The green light is still on. Okay, now do you see it just went, the green light went off? So that was 3 minutes. 3 minutes that the truck is off, then that green light for the inward camera went off. So at this point, there's supposed to be absolutely no recording whatsoever right now in this cab. So what do the event video recording look like for the inward facing camera? All you see is me in the driver's seat. The curtain area, you can sort of see it, but it is blurred out. The passenger seat is blurred out. I have had my cat sitting on the seat in that one event. You can't see my cat sitting on the seat. It triggered me twice for seatbelt in the yard. No, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
Driver not wearing seatbelt properly.
She's dinging me again. I thought this was about moves not being in yard moves, but Brienne told me it's not. The first 48 hours, the cameras are actually downloading Prime's settings. So Netrodyne has the ability to customize the different parameters for each company. So while as Swift might say 15 miles per hour, Prime says 20 miles per hour. So in the first 48 hours, when you're getting dinged for something like a seatbelt, if it's only 6 miles per hour, Prime's just removing it. As I continued my drive throughout the rest of the day, I got dinged not once but twice for distracted driving.
Distracted driving.
Something fell from underneath the dash. It wasn't properly secured after the installation, and I'm not blaming anybody, I'm just explaining this is what happened in this video. The piece fell, it hit my leg, it kind of stung a little bit, and it distracted me, and I looked down and I was like, what the heck is that? So it did ding me for distracted driving. This is the video footage right here. This is the actual Netrodyne footage. Edit that at all. I didn't speed it up or anything. That's the whole clip that was sent over my phone app. The next distracted driving I got, I admit, my phone was in a holder that was lower. What I got now is I got one of these expandable type of phone holders. It's raised so that it's between the brakes and the Qualcomm. Okay, if I'm just lightly looking down at that, it doesn't trigger this at all. I also wanted to go get a suction cup that I thought I could put on the driver's side window or over here in the windshield and try that, because then you're looking up rather than trying to look down. But in this one clip, an Amber Alert went off and it was like, it was beeping in my ear and driving me nuts, and I was trying to hit the button to turn it off, and I looked down too often, and so it gave me a distracted driving. I have a cat toy hanging from the ceiling. That hangs down and bounces around while I'm driving, and the cat plays on the floor next to me and jumps on the seat. It does not affect me at all, and it's not picked up by the camera at all. So something that's right in between the seats is not being picked up. The cat jumping on the seat is not being picked up by the camera. It's raining a little bit. I just stopped for a few minutes just because it was raining really, really hard. Anyway, this camera's letting me eat and drink with no problem. I'm wearing my glasses the past couple days because I wanted to see if it was picking up your eyes or what it was doing. I think it's actually picking up your head movement. Do I like it? No, I don't like it. Am I afraid that they're watching me constantly? No. Am I afraid that they're watching the camera like when the truck is off? No. I mean, you can see right when it's got lights right there to tell you when it's on and off. So unless you don't believe that the camera is off when the red light is on, then, you know, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing that's going to convince you that they're not watching. So people have asked me about yawning. I didn't yawn enough. You need to yawn supposedly 3 times within 5 minutes before the yawning alert comes on. It is supposed to say stay alert. The gamification seems to be more concerned about the following distance. I'm going to go into a separate video about the gamifications. I don't think that it's following your eyes. A lot of people think it's following your eyes. I don't think it's following your eyes. I think it's following your head movements. So if you put your head down like this but you're looking up, I think it still is going to trigger you for distracted driving. Now, disclaimer, this is my experience with this. Okay? Since I got the camera, Prime has altered a couple things, and one of them was the following distance. The Netrodyne system had already had programmed in it a 4.0 second following distance. Prime's adaptive cruise control was set at 3.7, meaning the camera would already be giving you sort of a lower score. It would already be giving you a lower score for following distance, just for you relying on the cruise control. Prime has since rectified that, so now the cruise control and the cameras are set at the same distance. This is truly the reason that we have 300 people driving the trucks with these cameras, because the AI is still being taught what's acceptable and what isn't. Apparently at one point they had somebody that was like smoking vaping, and somebody else was stroking their beard, and the camera picked it up as an alert for a cell phone use when it wasn't. So when those images went back to the fleet manager then said, no, that's not a true event. When you receive a video event, there is sort of like a little answer and questionnaire. There is a comment box. There's a question that says, was this alert useful? Was it not useful? Do you dispute it? Something to that effect. And there's a comment box for you to explain or make some kind of comment, make some kind of feedback. They're still wanting us to tell them the issues and problems that are going on, whether or not this was a true event, what happened, that sort of thing. What I have noticed is that we get some alerts that are not actually turned into recorded events, meaning that when I was driving around in the yard, I got the 2 seatbelt alerts, okay? I never received any event footage of this because my fleet manager saw, oh look, she's in the yard going 6 miles per hour. Nope, delete. I'm just not even going to count that. And the same day, I saw the 2 distracted driving alerts. And what I didn't like is you don't get these events right away. They can take a couple days to show up. So by the time you get the video, you're going, I don't even remember that. Like, when was that? I've since talked to Brianne, and she said that Prime has asked Netrodyne to make the alerts available to us right away rather than having to wait to the end of the week. Now, this is supposed to take place at the end of the month, so I think it'll be a lot better for drivers to understand what they did exactly when they did it rather than having to wait a whole week. It gives you a GPS location and a map of exactly where you were when the event took place. So you'd be able to say, oh, look, no, that's a seatbelt issue and I was in a yard. You'd be able to dispute that. There was one seatbelt alert that I got. It was an alert. It wasn't an event. I never received video footage on it. And you're not going to believe this, but instead of me having the seatbelt come down in between my breasts, it was kind of over on this side a little bit. It was still up around my shoulder, but that created an alert. And this is a perfect example of why we need to get the event videos right away, because I truly believed that when the camera went off, the seatbelt was coming across my left breast, but was kind of like on the corner of my shoulder. So I thought it was like right where that ball and joint is. So when I just got the video today, it's actually across my upper arm. The seatbelt is kind of underneath my left breast and then across my upper arm. And that's why it dinged me for a seatbelt alert. The event does change your driving score. These cameras aren't flawless, and neither are we. I'm not going to give you my thoughts on this camera or my own personal beliefs on this video. I'll save that for another time. I will keep you updated through sort of like a camera journal, if you will. But basically, I got 1, 2, 3 videos. So I had 3 videos in 1 week. And most of my scores for the week were perfect. I hope that helps you guys. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you want me to show you in these videos. And I hope to see you out here safely trucking along. Bye.